Welcome back to the shop, everybody. Tuesday Acres here. So my very first video on YouTube was how to hook up an outdoor wood boiler to an in-floor radiant heating system in a pole barn. And I've gotten all sorts of questions, which I love, and that's why I'm doing the channel. But one of the more recent questions was about the ground prep prior to pouring concrete. So that's what we're going to do today. Unfortunately, I wasn't doing the YouTube thing and I wasn't recording anything at that time. I do have a bunch of photos of the whole process, so this is going to be a mini slideshow. I might do some voice overlay commentary about it, but hopefully this will help you guys getting ready to do something like this, a better idea of what it's going to take. Now this was about 5 years ago, so the costs are going to be a little bit different, but back then I paid about $3 grand total for all the components. That's 3,000 linear feet of 1/2-inch PEX tubing. That's for the manifold, for the plumbing here, the pump, the tank, the controller, and the plate exchanger over here. One of the things you're going to need to do is figure out the layout for your PEX piping. Now, I'm not an architect by any means, but I made myself this graphed layout just using standard graph paper and figured out all 8 of my zones, got them as close to 300 feet each as possible. So when I started working on my graph, I was initially thinking that at some point I might want to partition off, say, a corner and make an office out of it or something like that, and I wanted the ability to heat that particular zone more or less, same thing with the rest of the barn. So I did this graph based on that. It's been 3 years now and I haven't used that at all. So when you're setting up your zones, they should all be approximately the same length and they should all be pretty close to 300 feet or less. And that's based off your flow rate and the pressure it takes to push the water through it all, and a whole bunch of fluid dynamic physics kind of stuff. It's just stuff I learned, same as you guys are doing right now. And then once you get it all hooked up, you can use the flow control knobs on your actual manifold to set up each one about the same. So despite my best efforts graphing it all out, my zones still range in length from 280 feet to 310 feet. Now they do make online apps that you can use to calculate this out for you. However, I didn't find any that I liked and I couldn't get it to work out just the way I wanted it to, and the better ones cost money. So I just came up with my own. hope that helps. If you got any questions or comments, please throw it down in the comments section. I get back to everybody about anything. And check out some of the other outdoor wood boiler videos.